Smallholding update. And the pigs are greeting us as well. As you can see, it has been a while since we've put anything online, and the pigs, who are now 10 weeks, maybe 12 weeks old, have put on quite a bit of size, quite a bit of pork, shall we say, and very friendly. But is that because I am the giver of the feed? No. Let's see. See, they've virtually dug all the food up. Fortunately, well, when I say fortunately, we haven't had a lot of bright sunshine, so it hasn't been too bad for them this year. Had a couple of really hot days. We've built a wallow, and they like lying in that, covering themselves in mud to cool down. And as you can see, I'm going to walk back up the other end now. Pigs! And they come for a little walk. But as I said, I think they're expecting that. I've already been fed for the last hour. Probably think they're going to get some more. Sheep aren't ours, it's the neighbours. So it's quite a pleasant evening. So I thought I'd get out, and in that time where we haven't put an update online, our bees have finally arrived, so we are officially beekeepers. We have had one issue with them. The first lot from the nuclei that we received around 2 weeks ago now, the queen didn't make it. So our mentors of the Beekeeping Association, of which we're a member, brought another nuke round last week, sat it on top of our hive, and the bees without a queen smelt the pheromones, and instead of laying a load of queen cells like they were going to swarm, went up to the super, which is the top box, which you'll see now, and greeted that queen there. So there we go. Welsh honeybees. They're doing really well. I don't want to get too close. I've not got my beekeeping kit on. What I'll do is I'll do another update when I'm a bit more confident around the bees and I know what I'm looking at. We're feeding them on a mix of water and sugar. 1k of sugar, 1 litre of water, so it's quite a thick solution. And that keeps them going, it keeps them settled in, it keeps them fed, so they've always got a ready supply of food. And especially when the weather hasn't been fantastic, although we've planted this old pig field out, as you can see. We've got apple trees, pear trees, red and white clover, some calendula, some poppies, so we're trying to give them an easy route to the nectar, to give them as much chance as possible, especially if we have a harsh winter, which is when we really need to have our winter rounds as beekeepers. So say it's July, summer's moving on quickly, and we have started harvesting a number of things. Broad beans have nearly come to an end. We've had obviously a lot of salad. The tomatoes are ripening up. A number of cucumbers. The raspberries this year have been absolutely fantastic. We've picked thousands. So look at the chickens and the ducks we've had. No major issues with any unwanted enemies such as foxes this year at the moment, touch wood. We're getting around a dozen eggs a day off 20 odd hens. Been fantastic, but we've got a couple of old ones now, and we're certainly not in the game just to get rid of them if they're not laying. The ducks are doing really well. In fact, they're laying quite late on into the season. We're getting between 3 and 4 a day. And at this time of year, they've normally dropped off to around 1. Or they have in the past couple of years we've been here, but they're doing really well. So I'll quickly go around to the polytunnel. I'll have a look what's going on in there. Our wall's coming along. So this will be our new potting shed, or our potting bench. And we're going to grow some trees against that. It's Kitty Witch. You just like sleeping outside, don't you? So yeah, so we've had a fair amount of broad beans this year, and as you can see, just coming to an end now. But they've done really well. I did plant most of them out in December, was it November? Overwintered them, which seemed to work better. The beans were bigger, rather than planting them out in sort of February, March time. I'm letting the asparagus go now. Again, I'm really going to have to look into the asparagus beds, because it hasn't yielded what we want, and we're big asparagus eaters. So strawberries are well and truly over. And some grass. And the polytunnel. So butternut squash is taking over, as it did last year. So hopefully we'll get plenty of fruit off that. Cucumbers, a number of varieties. They're doing well, as I say. We've already picked a number. In fact, the trouble with cucumbers, not going to be too many. So I've pickled them. I've pickled them with a bit of ginger and some white wine vinegar and some sugar, and it's lovely. The tomatoes are coming through. Out the side shoots busily and feeding and keeping water. We noticed that a number were splitting, and that indicates generally that they're not getting enough water. Unfortunately, some of the fennel's bolted. Again, I've planted too much, or I've not staggered the planting of it and let it go over. Unfortunately, again, growing in a polytunnel, this will happen. And our first year with courgettes. We're not big courgette fans. Somebody gave us the plant. It's doing really well, so I think we might be trying courgettes. We've given a lot of them away up to now. Cabbages are finally coming on and forming that ball. That's taken a long time, and I don't think I've done the right thing growing them in these pods. The nutrient is used up quite quickly. We're on our second succession of peas. And I'll just show you the melons that we've very succeeded with. There's one. We've got 2 at the moment. Hopefully we'll have some more, because the melons like it hot and humid. As I say, it hasn't been particularly warm here in Wales, but when it doesn't half get hot and humid in the polytunnel, especially when we've laid down some water, adds to the humidity and increases the potential of the melons. And as I say, we've only got 2 there at the moment, but we're still only in July, and hopefully the next few weeks of summer will be hot, and corn will finish off in the field. We've got some cobs going on there now. Finally the orchard. I've got to pick the gooseberries. The raspberries have been absolutely fantastic. Picked the last month, and we're coming to an end with them now on the summer ones, and then we've got the autumn ones too which come through. Apples coming along quite nicely. The local apple tree is doing much better, fairly much better than the Braeburn. Yeah, the Braeburn isn't doing well at all. The Braeburn didn't do well at all last year, so that tells me something. Some pennies, which I'm really looking forward to, because we had one miserable pear last year. Blueberries, done much better than last year, but I'm going to move them. And as I say, the gooseberries have done really well. And that's it. We'll see you in a couple of weeks probably, give you an update, a proper updating with the bees. But for now, see you later.